Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Coast Boys Podcast. My name is Izzy.
I'm Gabe.
And today we're going to have a short episode for you guys. We just want to address a few things, some life updates, some things going on. And do you want to just start off by talking about what you've been up to in school and stuff?
Yeah, sure. So school's kind of been the same deal, honestly, man. They gave us another date where they're like, hey, we're going to open up schools on this date. Get ready. Everyone should be ready to go back on this date at this time, blah, blah, blah. And then that date shows up and
nothing.
We're in the deep purple tier now. So
which is crazy.
It's a new whole tier that Governor Newsom just made. And
dude, yeah. And we have friends in San Diego where we're checking their snaps, bro, and they're like at open bars and hanging out and partying, and it's just
doesn't seem fair.
It doesn't seem fair, dude, and it's just insane.
But also it's weird because I saw a snap like that today. And I felt weird. I felt weird seeing it. I was like seeing everyone socializing, drinking, like no mask, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" Like,
isn't it weird how it seems so foreign now? It's like something that was so regular less than a year ago is now like so polarizing. Just to see people out at bars.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. Like, how is the new normal gonna look when we come back? Because from what I'm hearing, people are gonna be wearing masks till like 2022, and like. Is that we're gonna go to restaurants? Everyone's gonna have masks still.
Other than having to wear masks and social distancing, like other than stuff you have to do in public, how has your life personally changed from it?
I just feel like I'm home a lot more now.
You're a homebody. Yeah. I feel like you've always been a homebody though.
I have, definitely. No, I definitely have. But even more now, like I'd find excuses to go out and run or play soccer or just go out and get a bite to eat. And now I'm just like, I'll just stay home. It's fine. Like I find myself making more excuses like, oh, well, we're in quarantine, fuck. Like, I'm just going to stay home instead.
Yeah, man, I've kind of been the same. But I feel like staying home now is almost easier for me to accept. Okay, let me just reword that. Before, if I didn't go out and do something in a day, or if I didn't get exercise, or if I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would be like, oh, just beat myself up for it. But now I'm just like, it's okay. We're like in the pandemic, you know? like it's probably safe for me to stay inside.
We were just talking about this the other day. We said this is a great time for you to dial in and get something done. Like if you have any goals you want to set, you can go ahead and do that and achieve the goal that you want to do. But there's also the flip side where you can easily just be like, well, we're in quarantine, no one can go out. I could go do that, but it's going to be such a hassle now. Like I'll just stay home and just watch Netflix. Yeah,
I feel like now you don't have an excuse. You have all the time in the world. Before, you'd be like, oh, well, I'm too busy with work. I'm too busy with this, social life, everything going on after. Like now, it really depends on what situation you're in. Some people are unemployed, some people aren't. Some people are doing school, some people aren't. Mm-hmm. But now, more than ever, you have all the time in the world to do something.
I think especially with fitness, too. Like, I know everyone always makes New Year's resolutions, and it's always, okay, we're going to get fit this year. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to do all that. This is a great time to do that.
Absolutely.
If you work from home, or maybe you've been unemployed or something like that, and you have this extra time, like there's really no excuse to get up early, or now you just have more time in the day to go ahead and do that. Mm-hmm. And kind of going into that, you've been trying to start it back up and working out and
absolutely.
Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Well, we can wait. We can wait for that. I wanted to ask first because you got the vaccine.
Oh yeah.
So we're talking about ourselves right now. Before we get into that, we'll address that later. But talk about that, the whole vaccine, like because it's very. At least in my household, it's a scary subject. Mm-hmm. Like especially Hispanics, we got hit hard by this. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are the essential workers, and we're kind of exposed more than other people, especially in California. And we make up a large percentage of the cases. Yeah. And
especially for Mendocino County.
Yeah, like a large percentage of the population, a large percentage of the cases. So I don't know how your family feels about it. My parents are scared of the whole virus itself. Mm-hmm. And then we were talking about the vaccine the other day. Because my mom's friend is gonna get it, she works with, I think it was wherever you were working, I think, with Ceci.
With IACP?
Yeah. I think she's working there, and I think they're on the list to get it. And my mom kind of joked around like, oh, well, good luck, like, but it's coming from a place of fear. Like, and
so she's skeptical of it?
Yeah, she's skeptical.
Okay.
And I asked her, if you had the chance to get it, would you get it? And she's like, no, well, what was her answer? She said something like, I'm just going to wait till other people get it to see how it turns out. Mm-hmm. But if everybody has that mentality, no one's going to get it.
I've heard that a lot, yeah. I'm going to wait a few months, and then after, if nothing's happened, then I'm going to go ahead and get it.
Yeah, so talk about your whole thought process behind that, the whole process, how it went, and everything about it.
Sure.
Yeah, talk about it.
Yeah, my family's been the opposite of yours. Okay. So obviously they're still scared of all the whole COVID situation going on, but they're like waiting. They're like, can I cut you in line?
They're quick to get it.
Yeah, they want to get it. And so I told them, I was like, oh, hey, I just got my date. I'm going to get in it this Friday. And they're like, is there any way you could tell them, like, hey, can my dad and mom come in? And I was like, Mom, doesn't work like that. Sorry. Outside. Like, back of the list, man. And so, they're itching to get it. And my mom actually just got an email from, I think it's NCOE, because she works for, she does daycare. Okay. And so, again, I guess this is considered like a tier 2 person to get the vaccine. So they just emailed her the other day, and they are trying to get in contact with her so they can get a date set for her to get it. But yeah, no, it was kind of trippy. Yeah, I went in, it was at the high school. I don't know how many people ended up signing up out of all the teachers and stuff, but when I showed up, they had 2 tables. One was for FBUSD staff and then non-FBUSD staff. So I don't know what other people were invited to go to get the vaccine. But yeah, I went in there, and it was a pretty long list when I signed up. My appointment was like at 1 o'clock, and so I think they were running it till 4 o'clock. I ran into some friends there, some other teachers, and it was cool. Literally like 2 seconds, what you would expect. I sat down in the chair. They just asked me what arm I wanted to get on, and yeah, in like 2 seconds I got it done. I had to wait there for 15 minutes just to double check, make sure I didn't get any like crazy reactions to it, and grow up a third arm right there. And
they have you wait right there 2 minutes?
Yeah, so you just sit down on the bleachers, and they're just monitoring you. And I signed up for some little program there. It says is it the NDA or something like that they send you random text messages now that you've taken the vaccine, and they ask you how you're feeling, if you had any side effects, if you're experiencing any pain, and just so they can catch up. So I'm basically like a test dummy. That's what it feels like, almost, in a way. But yeah, so they just texted me this morning actually, and they're like, hey, are you still good? And I said, yeah, I'm fine. And so they'll have you sign out like or fill out a little like questionnaire thing.
Gotcha.
But yeah, my arm hurts.
Really?
And that's with every shot, I guess, you get. Like, you feel like this numb, or it feels like almost like you got punched. Yeah. So I'm over here, and like I'm trying to put on my clothes today, and I'm just like, like I feel super sore, like I just got done with a hard workout, or like I said, like someone just totally like beat up my arm. But yeah, it's been nice, I guess. I haven't been super skeptical about it. I know like a lot of my friends are super like on the fence.
Did anybody say anything after you got it?
Oh, absolutely, dude. Like half my social media was flipping out. Like half were like, yes, hell yeah. And the other half were, dude, are you serious? Like, you know you're going to get like microchips inserted in you, and now the government's going to know exactly who you are, and they're going to...
I bet they're all Hispanic.
Some of them are. I think the majority of them have been, for sure. There's a lot of people saying, oh man, you're going to turn into a zombie, blah. Like a lot of jokes. And I honestly kind of feel bad because I didn't do enough research on it. I just kind of went into it. I was like, all right, I believe in this. I'm just going to go in for it. And then you have people on the opposite end that are like, nah, like I'm going to wait 2-3 months, and I'm going to see the side effects, if any. And from what I hear, it takes, I think, 60 days. If you're going to experience any side effects, you're going to experience them within the first 60 days. So I got 2 months to go, and I'll let you know if I grow a third
your arm falls off or not.
Grow a third nipple or something.
Jesus, man. I that's interesting how some people are skeptical and others aren't. Like, you went into it, you're like, yeah, I'll get it. And just to make it clear, I would get it in a heartbeat if it was available to me right now. But it's just so interesting how some people trust outside, like the government more than others.
Yeah, and I'm not going to bash on anybody who doesn't want to get it. At the end of the day, it's your choice, and I get your reasoning behind not getting it. But I guess I'm just kind of, maybe call it wishful thinking, if anything, but I'm just going to say, hey, the research was done on this. It's good enough for Dr. Fauci. It's good enough for me. I'm going to grab it.
I wonder if it's going to be mandatory. Have they said anything? I have no idea. Like, if these answers are out there, forgive me, but... Or is it going to be like you're not allowed to go back to school until you get a vaccine?
This is actually a really good question, because that's what everyone's wondering. Nobody knows, because flu shots aren't mandatory. So if you go to school now, when school reopens, whenever the heck that is, are you going to need that flu shot? And a lot of people I've heard, like, hey, if I need that flu shot, people who don't want to take it, I'm not going to work there. I'll find another job. And other people are the opposite. Like, yes, you need everyone to take it. Like, I'm not going to want to go back unless everyone has it, because I don't want to get at risk of someone getting sick and me passing it on to someone else. So you really got both sides, and it's really interesting to see what's going to happen. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm glad I'm not in charge of that. I'm just showing up to work.
Do you have people like in your teacher meetings that are kind of arguing about that kind of stuff, or is it not even a thought yet?
We don't put it in the teacher meetings, but you can you can feel it from other teachers when it gets brought up here and there, like, oh, because of COVID, like the kids are having trouble. And you're like, well, yeah, we're all just human. We all need time. We all need blah, blah, blah. Like, we're not ready to go back. You can just feel the like awkwardness, or kind of like, it's a tough conversation to have. And obviously like our top staff and administration stuff are trying to push us to like think about the idea as a possibility that, hey, we're going to be returning back. Because obviously you want to go back. That's the goal. But I don't think we're anywhere near close.
Really?
So
how do you feel? Do you want to go back? Do you don't?
I do. I miss the in-person interaction. Honestly, I miss hanging out with the kids and just playing games with them, messing around with them. It's so different being on the computer. And I went to go I went to go pick up papers from one of my kids' parents, and I met up with them at Rite Aid at the parking lot. And he came with the parent, and he came down, and he's so small. And I was like, damn, were you that small?
The parent or the kid?
No, the kid.
Oh,
The kid.
okay.
No, the parent too. But the kid, I was like, damn, I remember you being taller. And so I was hella making fun. I was like, you're a peepsqueak. And he's like,
starts crying.
No, but it's just like, it's weird. It's like, I feel like I'm so out of touch now because it's been so long. And so, yeah, I definitely do wish to go back soon. But like I said, I don't think it's happening anytime soon at all.
Jeez. Hopefully, I mean, okay, realistically, do you think we're going to come back this year?
No, if you had asked me, I would say no.
You think this is going to go on for another year?
Wait, for a school year or for like 2022? What do you mean by that?
What is this, half of the school year?
Because the school year ends in June.
Okay, do you think this is going to last until the end of the year?
I think so, at least. Yeah. I don't think we're going back before that, honestly. But hey, don't quote me.
But you were always right.
That's
whole
true.
after spring break, I was like, bro, it's just going to be a week. They just told us to come back after spring break. Nope.
No.
I was like, they said a month. We'll be back in 2 months.
Dude, they've changed the date like 8 or 9 times. It's insane.
And then like back in April, or I think it was, March, April, May. Back in April, I was like, we'll be back for next fall. And you're like, dude, it's not looking like it. I was like, dude, just watch. I was willing to put money on it. I was like, just watch. Nope.
Yeah, and I'm a very optimistic person. So for me to say that, I was like, I just feel like it's a reality check. Like, listen, this thing is not going away anytime soon. And I guess for us to build like herd immunity, we need 70 to 80% of the people with a vaccine. And based on just like my friend group and people I know, it's probably like a 50-50 split of people who do want to take it and people who don't. So
I wonder what the percentage of the first, how do they rank the tiers? First tier? You're in tier 1?
I'm in tier 2. So
tier 2 is teachers, and then tier 1 is like first responders and stuff?
Absolutely, yeah. Anyone working in hospitals.
I wonder what percentage that makeup is of tier 1 and tier 2.
I have no idea.
You know what I'm saying? The whole proportion of the population. I wonder what the tiers are.
All I know is they expect for the vaccine to be readily available to anybody after, I think August. August is what they said, a little bit after July. So by August, everyone who wants to get it should be able to go to a local store or whatever, a pharmacy, and get it there. But, that's if everything works out perfectly. And who knows, man.
And we've seen nowadays it usually doesn't. God willing, it is available, man. I'd get it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, because I was like thinking 2020 was such a crappy year, And it's like, okay, 2021, let's start fresh. Like I was saying earlier, let's make some New Year's resolutions. Let's get some stuff done. Let's get some goals accomplished. And, we're still here and we're still dealing with the same crap from 2020. So,
dude, I'd love to get like a conspiracy theorist on here and just talk about all that.
I'm hella down.
That'd be lit, dude.
I was talking to my homie Javier about this too, because he's like,
shout out to Javi. Shout out to El Gallo God, dude.
Yeah,
that's you, El Gallo God.
No,
that's good guy. Okay, yeah. Shout out to Javi, dude.
Yeah, and not to put you on blast, Javi, we were talking about this today.
We don't have to mention names. You don't have to mention Javi.
No, I'm
just gonna bleak it out. Every time you say Javi, it's gonna go beep.
No, but we were hella talking about conspiracy, and he's someone who definitely doesn't have the full trust in the government
because he's Mexican.
Maybe that's what the case is.
There's so much corruption over there. There's so much distrust in the government.
But then there's my parents who they definitely do have distrust in it. But when it comes to health and stuff, like they're all for this. And I don't know what the difference is.
Here in the States.
Sure. Oh, over in Mexico, yeah. I mean, everything's corrupt over there in Mexico for the most part.
Okay, I'm sorry I interrupted you. Anyways, you were saying.
No, but I was just saying that he's someone that, doesn't have full faith in the government. And he told me, he's like, hey, when you take your second dose, because the vaccine comes in 2 doses. So on February 12th, I think, or February 13th is when I'm going to go back and get my second dose. Mm-hmm. He's like, after that, I'm going to wait a week. If you're good to go, then I'm going to go ahead and take it.
Really?
So that's what he told me. So
okay. So you're his test dummy.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm going to take that for him. But I was like, hey, cool. Like, I'll show you.
Dude, shout out to Javi, man.
Hell yeah.
We're going to hop on COD tonight. Transitioning over to New Year's resolutions. That was something that we were talking about earlier. Something we wanted to address.
Are you someone who sets New Year's resolutions?
Not really. I'm not like, I'm going to wait until the new year to start plans. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I usually kind of, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't really want to talk in absolute, but a lot of the times I find myself that if I find myself in a rut, or if I find myself doing something, I try to change it right there. I don't need a specific date to do that. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the times New Year's resolutions for me have to do with like fitness. I hate being lazy. I hate feeling lazy. And, like lately I've caught myself feeling that way. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it starts with my diet. especially when I was like training for something. Okay, it starts with motivation for me. And when I was in school and when I was like training for the season or I was in the off season, there was always something to train for. You know, I was always looking forward to season. I was always looking in the off season, I'm going to be super fit. I'm going to come back. I'm going to be in great shape. And then you can't outwork a bad diet, an unhealthy diet. You know what I'm saying? If you're drinking soda, if you're drinking hot Cheetos, if you're eating all this junk, you're going to feel like crap when you work out.
Mm-hmm.
So it starts with the diet. And I found myself recently, you know, consuming a lot of soda. I've been eating a lot of junk. What's good, Chava?
Just gonna say what's up. Just wanted to shout out these guys for, you know, obviously having a good time. And
We got the landlord right here.
I got the landlord. You got
He's kicking us out.
Our lease is running out. Dude, shout out to Chava. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Just let these guys, you know, support him. Really, they've been doing a good job, really, with their podcast, and I hope you guys all continue to, you know, listen to the podcast.
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate that.
Drop your tag right here, Salvador Palomar.
Yeah.
Get you inside.
Salvador Palomar across all boards.
Smooth Sal.
Snap.
Cal Fire's finest. EMT.
Have a good one, guys.
All right,
Later,
later,
homie.
man.
What was I saying? I was saying it starts with diet. And recently I found myself consuming a lot of soda, a lot more candy, you know, chips. It's easy, you know, it's an excuse, but it's easy to kind of fall out of a healthy diet when you're in a Hispanic household. You know, a lot of tortillas, a lot of beans and rice and everything, bro. Everything cooked, made with lard, made with aceite. You know what I'm saying?
My
Like, it's
mom
just
has a
super-
little jar. It's
a
all
jug.
bacon grease. No,
Dude.
and then she saves it and then she uses it to cook with stuff. And hey, it adds more flavor. She's right, but you know, like you said, it's easier to put on calories using that.
Absolutely. And I'm complaining over here, you know what I'm saying? I can cook for myself, but a lot of times, you know, it's a family meal, you know, you don't want to be the only one eating something else. So my point is, I find it easy to kind of fall out, and me growing up, that's always been my struggle, is diet. You know what I'm saying? And I was literally talking to my dad about this the other day, like since high school, bro. I think I went to I think I know, my junior year, I went to an ID camp in San Jose State. And, you know, I was talking, like I played, I did decent, you know, and the coach's feedback was like, you did well, you know, your touches were good, this and that. I was trying out at left mid at the time, that's what I played. And he's like, you're just not match fit. You know, you just need to lose weight, this and that. And that just played in my head, just you're not match fit, you need to lose weight. And, you know, at the time, you know, looking back, I wasn't really disciplined. I didn't really know how to diet, didn't really know how to train, how to get match fit.
Mm-hmm.
But I just remember when I got back, I cut soda out. Didn't drink soda my entire college career, anything, until I came back from from Sonoma State.
Mm.
Until I came back now, and I just found myself drinking a lot of soda, and it's easy to kind of slack off, you know. So going back, that was like a long-winded answer, but just going back to what you're asking, like New Year's resolutions, yeah, they're good, you know. I feel like it's a good way to kind of start a new path. The only thing that is difficult about that is the consistency. You know, staying consistent on track, staying on track. It might be easy if you know how to plan it out. You know, myself, it's something that we're going to talk about as well, is like the whole fitness thing that we're going to try to do. But yeah, I feel like that, we'll get into that as well. But I feel like that's a motivation for me to kind of get back on track. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Because it's a really, really crappy feeling. We talked about it on Mark's episode of just like feeling out of shape, feeling sluggish.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing that I remember is when I stopped drinking soda, everything became more sweet. Everything was sweeter. You know, when I drink it, I just feel gross and lethargic and sluggish, and it's just so good. You know, it's so good. That's why I drink it, but you know, I shouldn't.
It's the devil's juice.
It is, dude, but that's me. So to answer your question, fitness, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get back on track, some exercise, especially now. Something that I feel like I've talked to you about off camera is, you know, feeling a lot of anxiety, feeling super anxious, you know, I would feel it before class. I'd feel it before freaking like the whole internship meetings, you know, work meetings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just nerves, and it's just weird, you know what I'm saying? Like I would feel it before, like during games or before games. Sometimes like first day of class, the whole icebreakers, you know, feeling very anxious.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's gotten a lot, what's the word I'm looking for? It's gotten like,
Worse?
yeah,
Mm.
like amplified, just like times 10.
Have you been doing anything to try to help with it?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get to. Is whenever I would feel anxious before a meeting, I would go run. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like it was offloading.
Mhm.
You know, it was something I didn't really get to talk about when Frank was here, which is very unfortunate, you know. It's one of those things that we always talk about, like, man, I should have asked him this, I should have done this.
Yeah.
But after the fact, you know, that's when you think, like, what could I have talked about? And that was a big one, bro, because that's his form of, his form of meditation was kind of like thinking, ringing bells. You talked about going on runs. Kind of same form of dealing with it.
Mhm.
One thing I didn't talk about was the journaling. But that was one big thing, is like the whole anxiety. And I feel like one thing that helps me combat that is fitness.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that was just kind of piggybacking off what you said last week. I wish I would have addressed it then, but I didn't. But mine is definitely fitness.
Mm-hmm.
What's yours?
And mine's similar, honestly. It's crazy because I always go through phases. I go through phases, and I think maybe it's normal where people are super into fitness, and then either you get like a vacation or some break, like 3-4 days where you either can't work out, or just something else like is keeping you occupied. And then for me, when I have those breaks, it's always a pain getting back to that same routine because I'm someone who needs consistency to hold myself accountable. So when I go through these workout phases where I'm just like, I'm dedicated and I'm set to, okay, this is my goal. I'm going to lose 15 pounds or I'm going to gain this much weight or muscle and I'm going to work out for this many months and these are the workouts I'm going to do. I like planning my stuff out. And so when I have those breaks, it ends up screwing everything up. So for me, this whole quarantine has kind of been like a huge break. And we talked about it in Mark's episode where now it's easier for you to make excuses. Man, well, I'm just going to stay inside. We're quarantined. Or, oh, everyone's online. They're playing video. I'm just going to play with them too. Like, it's cool. I'll just do it later. And I even just told you a few days ago, I set my alarm at 6 o'clock. I was like, I'm going to go and run in the morning. I woke up at 6, felt good. I looked outside and it was like pitch black because obviously it's still early and the time change still hasn't like fully, gone. The sun still is down. And so I was like, you know what? I'll just sleep like 30 more minutes. It's fine. And then I'll go on my run because it's still dark. And then, 30 minutes turned into 2 hours. And next thing you know, I'm like, okay, well now if I'm trying to get ready for work, I need a shower, I need to brush my teeth. I barely have enough time for work. So that's been one of my things for this year is like, just hold myself accountable, be consistent. And yeah, and like you alluded to earlier is we have some plans for the Coast Boys moving forward that it's going to help with that. And so you're going to have someone like you or me who can hold you accountable and you can hold myself accountable. So that for sure. And probably the other thing that I've done for a New Year's resolution, funny enough, is like I need to stop online shopping. I got Amazon on like speed dial and I'd be ordering so many things. And then I'll see like the whole point of me being kind of here in Fort Bragg and working from home is I can save money. And then I'll see like my bank account slowly go up. And then at the end of the month, I'm paying off my credit cards and I don't see that huge savings that I should be expecting, right? I'm not paying for rent. Sometimes I'm not paying for food because my mom's cooking or something like that. So I have that luxury also. So something I told myself this year is like, if it's not something that's a necessity, hold off on it. If you don't exactly need it for this week or next week or whatever, then you don't need to buy it.
I had the similar problem with buying stuff on Amazon. You know what helps me a lot is I like to make wish lists and I just wait a little bit before I buy it. Like just throw it in the cart and purchase it, because, that's an impulse buy, and sometimes if you put it on a wish list or myself, I'll sleep on it for a few days and then I just like find myself erasing it from my list, just crossing it off. I'm like, I don't really need that. But like a few days ago, I'm like, oh, I need this. You know what I'm saying? And I understand, bro. Like I have the same problem. Just you keep purchasing things. It's a good feeling when you get on Amazon. It's like a Christmas gift, that comes. And there's times where, especially now, that's the only thing you look forward to. Like I ordered something off Amazon, bro. But dude, I 100% agree, bro. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I knew I had a problem too when I was ordering stuff. I hadn't really realized it was a problem. And then my little brother Josue comes. He's like, you have another box waiting for you. And I was like, what do you mean another box? He's like, well, you're always ordering stuff. And I was just like, what? And then he's like, yeah, you always order stuff from Amazon. And I'm just like, oh my God. But now this dude's always trying to get to me because he knows I have the Amazon account. He's always trying to get to me and he's trying to be like, hey, can you order me this? Oh, I saw this cool toy. I saw these Lego sets.
He's just using
and
you,
I'm just
man.
like, no, dude, it's not going to work on
account.
me. Yeah.
So we mentioned earlier fitness. And one thing that we're going to try to plan to do this year is fitness vlogs. And we have plans for other vlogs, that are kind of in the works. But this is something for us to kind of just add more variety to the channel and explore, explore our creativity just to have more fun because this podcast is fun. But I just feel like it'd be better if we kind of just try new things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it get kind of with this fitness thing, it gives us an excuse to go run.
Yeah, exactly.
It gives us an excuse to go lift. You know, like, one of my problems, you know, with working out and stuff is that I kind of get stuck on just one workout or one type of workout. You know what I'm saying? There's no agility workouts. I would have the problem just like lifting like a football player. You know, like it's old expression, but it's just like bench press or shoulder presses or squats. You know, like there's no functional exercises, there's no movement exercises, there's no agility exercises, there's no sprint workouts, none of that. You know what I'm saying? So one thing that we're gonna plan to do is, like I said, the fitness vlogs, and kind of just take workouts from that, you know, workouts that we see on Instagram, workouts that we see on YouTube for my soccer days, and basically just try to do them as average Joes. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll have our goal that we're going to try to hit, and we're going to try to basically just document everything and just see how it goes. And hopefully at the end of the year, we'll be able to compare ourselves the end of the year us to the beginning of the year.
We should take a picture before and after.
Before and after picture. Yeah.
and see the progress as it goes. And hopefully this will be something that holds ourselves accountable.
Absolutely.
So we're like, okay, we got to put one fitness one a week or something like that. That means this week at least we have to go out and we have to record and we have to do a workout, whether it's yours or it's on IG or if we found one on Facebook or whatever it is. And I mean, you guys can like do the workouts with us too. Also, like if someone gets motivated and sees the video and they could just do what we do and, you know, do it at your own pace, but it'd be sick to see other people, you know, participating with us. Yeah,
absolutely. And what I'm really excited about is that we're going to do them at like I said, average Joes. You know what I'm saying? Like
we're not experts.
Yeah, dude, we're not no super freaks, no ultra marathon runners, none of that. Like we're just going to be doing it to improve our health and just to have fun with it, you know, like explore the creativity side of it. But that's something that I'm super excited about. I'm really excited to start to put those out and just kind of explore more, you know. That's just the fitness series that we have, or the new playlist we're gonna have for fitness specific vlogs.
And then another blog or idea that we kind of came up with was, a lot of the times we're talking to our guests before interviews and stuff, and a lot of times we have really good conversations even before the interview itself happens or we're on the podcast. And so we're like, okay, what if we record even before us talking and we kind of get those interviews too, or those conversations also. And then afterwards too, sometimes we go with guests and we grab a bite to eat after, we talk about what happened. And a lot of times we end up like, oh man, we should have asked this, or we should have talked about this. And during those times we talk about that. So it's just another way for us to vlog more and then get some more content. So we're going to get started on that soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Our lineup coming up is going to be super exciting. We're going to try to reach out to more people outside of Fort Bragg and see if we can kind of get their expert opinion on things. Like that's something that I'm really excited about. It's like there's so much more than just Fort Bragg.
For sure.
You know, and that's something that we've been saying from the beginning, you know, get out, experience life outside of it. But the people that you meet outside are really interesting. They're really fascinating, you know. People that you've met in college, people that I've met in college.
For sure.
People that you meet through work, you know, like a lot of our favorite episodes have been people that have been referred to us, you know, or people from your job. But that's something that I'm super excited about. And also that's like a great opportunity for like a vlog to vlog us going to Santa Rosa and hanging out with Matt, you know, going to the house, hanging out with Matt after, going to eat with our friends after.
Yeah.
The whole experience, you know, there's a lot of potential. A lot of potential, and I feel like a lot of times we miss out on great opportunities because we're not recording on something, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just what's exciting for me about it is the whole learning process. You know, learning how to make a vlog, learning how to record it, learning what the best techniques are.
It's an art, man.
It is. And it's something, it's so interesting because, okay, I'll give you an example. When I was doing this internship and we had our first meeting for the internship, and all the team members are in the meeting for the first time. You're meeting everyone and they're talking about the role. This was their first internship. And what one lady said, she's stationed in China right now. Because her husband works for the government. She's over there and she does the calls from over there. And what she said was, it was so difficult for us to kind of step out of the situation and try to break it down into something that we can teach, because she used the example of, it's kind of like when you're brushing your teeth. If I were to ask you right here, how do you brush your teeth? What's your routine like?
Okay.
You kind of like, well, man, I've never thought about it. You know, like I don't know. Do I put the toothpaste on first? Do I
put the
put it in the
toothpaste on
water
first, and then I
you
put
don't
the
get your
water on.
toothbrush wet?
No.
Okay, so
Is that weird?
no, I don't think it's weird.
You can tell me if it's weird.
I don't think it's weird. But basically, she was that, and she was just saying it's not easy to explain it until you kind of step back and you try to break everything down. You know what I'm saying? You just break it down, and then you're able to teach it. My point is, when you're trying to make a vlog, or you're trying to storyboard a vlog, or you're trying to set up the structure, it's a lot more difficult than you think. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you watch vlogs. You're constantly watching vlogs on YouTube. I do. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
But when you sit there and you kind of just think of how they made it, how they got that shot, and then how you're going to plan it when you go shoot it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot more difficult than it seems. But then again, that's just a testament to the vloggers, because they're just so good at it. It's so easy to them. And it just makes the viewers' experience that much better.
For sure.
So that's like something exciting. Vlogs, fitness vlogs, the whole travel vlogs, behind the scenes vlogs.
Yeah, man, and we're really excited about all the guests we're going to bring on and all these new projects. Like, we really want to start 2021 with a bang. So, and honestly, that goes, if you guys have any suggestions, if you guys have any workouts you want to send us, go ahead and send us to it through IG, through text, and let us know. And we'll be more than happy to try them out for you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, the more variety we can add to our workouts, the better for us. For sure. And I guess that's it, bro. Like, there's like a selfishness to it, like we just want to improve and make some good content in the process, but
and like you said, we're not experts. So
we're not experts. Yeah, we're not experts. So the whole learning curve is going to be the fun part,
For sure.
But that was today's episode. We're going to keep it nice and short, straight to the point. Next week we have a really good episode we're really excited about. So just make sure to tune in. Our first vlog is going to be coming out this week.
Yeah, I'm
so
excited
make sure
about
to tune
it, man.
in. We're gonna promote it, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Peace.